spent in a miserable way.
US News Louis C.K. joked about kids getting sh0t. A Parkland parents were angered after Louis C.K. mocked victims of the Parkland, Florida, school shooting during a stand-up routine in December. My daughter was killed, but C.K., who is attempting a career comeback after admitting he masturbated in front of female colleagues, doubled down last month while on stage at a sh0t comedy club. In one joke, if one father responded in an unconventional way, instead of last, recently. And Oliver then tells the story of a student who went to school one Valentine's Day, a skinny kid wearing shoes. Oliver then quietly walks away. It was not immediately clear if Oliver actually performed at a comedy club, or if the routine was filmed elsewhere. The video was published. His son, Joaquin, was one of the 17 students and staff who were killed on February 14, 2018, when a gunman opened fire at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. The Parkland survivors have since become activists. They spoke at rallies. David Hawkes, for example, was accused of being a crisis actor. Fox News post during CK's comedy routine at a Long Island comedy club last December, he criticized the student survivors for testifying before Congress. What? He went on to question why people are distraught by school shootings. Everybody. Controversy erupted on social media. Back on stage at the sh0t comedy club in mid-January, CK explained the crudeness of his jokes. The efforts to reach CK Saturday were on. CK's career came to a screeching halt in November 2017, when the New York Times reported that the comedian, who often joked about masturbation, actually masturbated in front of female colleagues. Other popular and CK disappeared from public view and came back in August, less than a year later. He showed up unannounced. He has since been trying to make a comeback, appearing at comedy clubs where protesters have, at times, gathered. By Christine Phillips, c. 2019, The Washington Post.
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.